Welcome to the Monday Monologue. As you can see, man, the bench is cluttered. We've been working on our ST70, and this has been really fun trying to resurrect this old beast that, yeah, it had some issues. And we're trying to get it back to a semi-stock configuration. The original tubes are in LA, and they've gotten super expensive, so I'm not going to put the original circuit board back in it. I'm using these triple 9-pin 12 AU7 tubes from the Tubes for Hi-Fi, and as he said in one of the comments, not being sponsored by them, their boards looked interesting, so I just made an order and they sent them to me. I paid full retail, and yeah, this is just going to be my, review of how this board works out in this amp. And going to be changing a few things up. You know me, I can't leave well enough alone. And I'm seeing a few little things that I'm going to do the Skunkie way. But for the most part, we're just going to be putting their board in and taking a listen to it. So this has kept me busy. Been waiting on Thermionic Labs. Got with me on the chokes that they're sending me for the 6C33C. So that project's kind of gotten on hold. I did have kind of a medical deal last week. You know me, I share my personal stuff with you guys. I had a gout in my left foot. I had it about 4 years ago, and it came back like bad. And ended up having to go to the urgent care place, and they gave me a shot and some prednisone, and it's healing up. It's been about a day since I started that treatment, so it's already getting better. But yeah, that definitely kind of put me down because I needed to keep my foot elevated, and I can't do that and work on stuff, or it's even difficult to edit videos. But I managed to get about 4 videos on this project recorded, and I know some of you guys really enjoy watching me just soldering and building stuff. And so I did a video series on populating this board and getting that ready to go. And so, we'll have that published soon. And then going to kind of give an overview of the amp and what I'm going to be doing. Those 2 detailed videos may not be for everybody, but I know there's a certain, percentage of my viewers that enjoy those kind of videos. So throw them a bone and give you a couple of those kind of ASMR, slow-paced, soldering every part kind of videos. So, hey, if that's not your cup of tea, don't click on them. So anyway, I am going to go into a more detailed kind of, maybe not as step-by-step doing the internal wiring, but I'm going to do a kind of a zoom-in close-ups once I get this thing kind of figured out what I'm going to do, and show you how I'm going to wire all this up and some changes that I made. And yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how this thing turns out. And I'm not expecting this thing to be a world killer or a giant killer kind of amp, but depending on this thing sounds, this might be added to my best 5 amps under $1,500. It might knock one of those other ones off their table. So we'll see how this thing turns out. I don't want to end up making this a career. I know some people have done that, endless ST70 mods. And yeah, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. But I have thought through one thing that I may try on this board after we're done and see how it works. But yeah, that's for a later video. So what else has been going on? I was thinking about doing a turntable upgrade. And yeah, it's kind of expensive, but Technics just came out with a 1300G, which is like a non-DJ style hi-fi turntable that's supposed to be, they're kind of selling it as their best hi-fi style turntable, because they have like the 1200G and they have the 1200 GR, and it's kind of priced between those two. It's like $3,200 or $3,100, and the other one's like $4,200 and $2,200. So it was like kind of right in the middle of those two. And yeah, I'm just not a fan of those DJ style turntables that have the. I mean, I know they work fine, and you can kind of, zero that stuff out, but just that whole DJ slider and the strobe. I mean, those turntables don't need a strobe on them. With that super high end direct drive stuff they've got, it's not going to be off. And it's got that. I mean, I do like the little light that pops up. That's kind of cool. But anyway, so this 1300G has got the, brass top platter, that high-end kind of platter they have. It's got the new alpha something motor in it. It's a bigger, heavier motor that's got dual magnets. It's got one above and one below the coils that are coupled together instead of just having the one above that's screwed to the bottom of the platter. And, that looks like a real improvement. And I could see potentially that you might have less noise in the platter itself, which might get rid of some of the, what I'm attributing to surface noise could possibly be some rumble or something from the motor. I don't know, and that was something I was considering. Plus, it's got I think the platter's like 7 or 8 pounds. It's got a monster weight, and it's balanced, and they hand balance each one, and it looked like all of that is an upgrade. But I'm really disappointed because the 1200G DJ style table has a a magnesium tone arm tube. And on this 1300G at $3,200 or whatever it is, it's basically got the same tone arm that my 100C has. And I'm really struggling I kind of decided, I'm not buying that. I mean, I think they missed the boat there. That, I can see the price upgrade from the 100C to the 1200 GR, that it's the same tone arm and the same motor, but they added all the DJ stuff to it, right? And so, okay, there's a nice upgrade. And I get that 1200G has like a 4-layer plinth, and it's got some other stuff, but to just basically it looks like they just put the motor from the 1200G into a 100C style chassis with the same tone arm. That's not worth $2,000 to me. And I think Technics really missed the boat there, and they lost my sale. I would have sprung for it, even though it's really money I wouldn't want to spend. If it had a magnesium tone arm, and I knew I was getting a tone arm upgrade and a motor upgrade, I would have done it. But I'm not sure it's going to sound any different than my 100C does. And so we're going to pass on that. So what else has been going on in the news? I saw Bose bought Macintosh and, God, what's that speaker company's name? Faber Saber or something? I'll put it up here. Yeah, because I'm not in that super high-end speaker, market. Anyway, I wonder what that's all about. Both those brands they bought have a really good reputation. And, I don't want to say anything negative about them before they even do it, but I'll be shocked if this is the same Macintosh that we knew in the past that was all about supporting their legacy products, and you could buy parts for, all those old amps and stuff. I've heard a couple of YouTubers that do repairs and stuff being concerned about that, and I could see them saying, we're not doing all that old part stuff you can buy a new amp. And to me, part of the reason that you buy some of these high-end stuff like a Macintosh is it's basically a lifetime purchase. And you know you could get support on it 20 years from now. And I'm just not sure. I know most of the Bose products that I've tried to work on, they've made them as difficult to disassemble as possible, putting like tamper-proof Torx screws on them and stuff where you know the normal person can't even open them up. And we're not talking about stuff that's even plugged into the wall, like that little Bluetooth speaker. It was a nightmare getting that thing open to put a battery in it. And it should have a replaceable battery that just slips in, because that battery that they use, you can buy that style battery that would fit into just a battery, spring-loaded battery holder, so you could replace the battery when it wears out. But instead, they want you to go buy a new Bluetooth speaker. And yeah, I'm concerned that the future of Macintosh may not be the same company. And that's a shame. Because, yeah, they've been around a long time. And, I'm not sure what the future of the speaker company either. But we'll see. It's usually not a good thing when some conglomerate big company like Bose is buying up other brands that they don't stay the same. And I know you guys have seen that in other products that stuff's happened to. So that's been going on, and like I said, I've gotten kind of absorbed in this thing. I'm waiting on some output transformers for my 6P1. I haven't forgot about that project. And then, it's coming up on the New Year. I've got some holiday plans. I'm going to be gone for a little bit during the holidays. And so, yeah, I'm going to try to keep up the videos, keep things rolling. But, hey, like I said, it is the holidays. And then the first of the year, I need to try to get back in gear, building some production amps, because I've got some folks asking about them, and I've put them off till January, and so I'll be working on that again. And I do have a couple of EAR 834 clones that I really hope to get to these folks for Christmas. I mean, I didn't swear I would get them, but I told them I would try so they could enjoy them over the holidays. And so, if you're one of those folks, hang tight. I'm going to try to get to those next week. And I'm trying to think of what else is going on for the Monday monologue. Oh, we got some music. Let me show you these. I may have featured this one before, but this is an insanely good album. Let me cover up my face. There we go. Kirsten Edkins' Shapes and Sounds. And this is on the Coherent Records label. And this was their first album they cut. And this is done in the old Blue Note style, with a recording done in a single room, with a couple of mics in the room, and just you're hearing the room and the band in it. And I think yeah, that's right. This one was done on all tube gear. And so, if you haven't bought a copy of this, if you're a vinyl person, buy this. This is really, really good. Plus, she's a great artist. And the music's fun. It's not your normal... I mean, sometimes, listening to John Coltrane, they all just kind of run together. And I need a little change in my jazz. And this is definitely some fun, fresh stuff. And then another blast from the past. This was just re-released, and it's at Acoustic Sounds, and it's Love Deluxe by Sade. And this is just classic. If you've never heard this, I mean, streaming, the CD actually sounds really good too. This is one of those things where the digital, the CD, and this vinyl, they all sound good. Somebody took the time to get them all good. And so, even if you want to listen to the CD or you want to stream it, it's still just really relaxing music. And it's fun to play as like background music at a holiday party, or just you want some relaxation time and some meditative kind of music. This is good. And like I said, this was just done half-speed mastering at Abbey Road Studio. They did a good job on it. And so, that's my second one for the week. And like I said, Acoustic Sounds has both of these. And they're a nice place to find some vinyl. And I'm still waiting on some new Hugo Cant. And I'll share that and the record company that's selling these kind of offbeat records and stuff when they get here. And hopefully it'll be soon. So I'm excited about that because I love Hugo Cant. And so, yeah, that's music for the week. Kind of a little update about what we're doing. Yeah, I don't know why these ST70s just kind of got under my skin. And I think it's just cool because it's retro. And it's, it's so old school. Which is, it's kind of like my vintage cameras. This just really struck a note with my heart. So I couldn't stop working on it. So yeah, it's going to be kind of my next thing that I get going probably. So anyway, that's kind of it for this week. Hope you're enjoying this content. If you are, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Thanks to all you Patreon supporters. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks to you folks that use my Amazon affiliate link. And I'm going to put the store page in the comments. And if you want to help me out on the channel or help support the channel, that doesn't cost you a dime. If you use my store link as your Amazon bookmark, then when you buy stuff on Amazon, I get a little piece of it. It doesn't cost you a dime. And so instead of nobody getting anything except Amazon, which they've got enough money anyway, you can help me out by just using that link as your bookmark. And I think if you check out within 15 or 20 minutes or something, then I get the credit for it. So even if it's not like something that I've linked to you. And yeah, the R8 got a good home. So if you ever expecting to see any more R8 content, don't have one anymore. So we're done with the R8, which I think we finished that with a bang. So anyway, that's it. We will see you next week for the Monday Monologue.